Hi, good morning. It's Anne from Epsom Model Railways. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. Just off to the Model Railway show at NESCOT today. There seems to be quite a few layouts, so I'll do a few of them for you and hope you enjoy. If you do, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're desperately trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please do everything you can to help us get to that. Cheers. Thank you.
Oh wow, look at this, here you go. Look at this one. Look, it's like a harbour. There's boats. Oh, and a horse. Lovely, here comes the train.
In 1935, which is when it's based, men had to get up early to get a job in the docks.
Lovely, isn't it?
And life was not very comfortable. A lot of dirt, menial tasks, loading and unloading ships. So the inspiration came from a photograph of a steam trawler in a dock. And I already had the trawler from a previous layout. So I got a Victorian warehouse, which is an orthographics kit, extended it a little bit, and that was the basis of the layout. The ships include a collier ship,
Right.
which is mostly taking coal from the northeast to wherever, and various fishing vessels as well. And you'll see northeastern cobles, a Scottish fifey, and some drifters as well. And the tram car running up and down is a cardboard kit with a motor in.
Yeah.
So it hopefully shows everything that's in the sort of depression years of the 1930s.
It's very detailed. That's taken you a very long time
It
to do.
takes a long time to do,
Yeah.
but I just keep doing them.
Yeah. No, it looks very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers. Thanks.
Different van.
No, he's talking to me.
Different van.
No? Oh, really? That's what I'm here for. Yes, and you're too polite to do it, aren't
Hey,
you?
this is going to be a feature-length film, this one. Eh? It's going to be a feature-length film, this.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Somebody will want to sit down. Hopefully somebody will learn how to solve it.
Still not chopping, is it? It's hissing a bit, but I don't know if that's the right one.
I might do something.
So what's your layout called?
It's called Whittington, which is a place that used to... It's no longer there. It used to be part of a suburb of Tonbridge,
Right.
and we're Tonbridge Model Railway Club. And it's
Sorry, there's no club details on that one.
and it's based on somewhere in the Weald, so somewhere between sort of Tonbridge and Hastings that way. And we've got it's a narrow gauge layout, 7mm scale, and we've got two gauges, which is 016.5, which is basically the old, this is the 4mm HO Hornby type scale, and we've got 09, which is like N gauge with 7mm scale,
Yeah, okay.
rolling stock on it.
And where is this, what era is this based on?
It's the mid 1950s, and it's a bright sunny day in August, so school's on holiday. That's why the painters are working on the school building.
All right. No, that's brilliant. All right, thank you. Cheers.
I would say flip the point, but you can't. Yeah, no, I can't. It's the right very moment. Sorry? No idea. Where am there?
It's called Gerrog. It's modelled in Snowdonia, North Wales, set in about 1880 to 1900. It's a narrow gauge railway, so it's 009, which means the people are the same size as normal Hornby trains, that sort of thing. But the rails are closer together to represent narrow gauge track, so they're only 2'3" gauge. So the engines are all, and stock are all built from kits and adapted to be backdated to that time, so that they all fit in with the period. So the ones we've got at the moment are from the Victorian railway. The layout was built to run models of prototype trains all in the same space. So there are a number of North Wales narrow gauge railways. So at the moment we're running trains from the Corris Railway, the Glyn Valley Tramway, the Victorian Railway and the Talaflyn Railway. But the idea was to build a layout setting that would fit all of them so that they wouldn't look too out of place, because most of the Welsh lines are very individual. So this is a kind of freelance setting that they can all run on together and hopefully not look too out of place.
I think if you install this layout with realistic chuffing sounds. You know, you get those ones where it's like, it sets off at full power and it's going chuff, 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 chuff.
The trouble is, a stationary steam engine is almost as noisy as a moving one, isn't it? We've gone off the Green Valley today.
I'm working in order, I'm just moving up.
Oh, right, okay.
Sort of from top to bottom then.
He's going to be irritated when he sees my bowling tomorrow, isn't he?
Speed up reasonably high on this one. Yeah, that's fine.
SP got absorbed into P. Therefore UP had all the stuff, all the wrong stuff. The heritage and the painting of the local
Basically, it's 2mm fine scale, which is very similar to N gauge, but it's completely hand built. So all the track work is hand built, soldered, and all the rest of it. All the locomotives, for the most part, are hand built. We might have a couple of proprietary bodies on there. All the coaches, with the exception of the LMS rake, are kit built. And it relies very heavily on 2mm scale association components to actually make all that lot happen. We have gauges, templates, things like that, and all of that helps build it up. It's set in the Cambrian area of Mid Wales and North Wales. My family historically came from Llanidloes in Mid Wales, which is where the main station building is. But we've moved various real buildings from the Cambrian area up to the Llane Peninsula because the Cambrian was basically a point-to-point system, and there's only so many places you can put terminus. So we kind of had to invent somewhere else for a terminus to be. So we went for a place near Morfa up on the Llane Peninsula, which is where Stevenson proposed a terminus for the ferries, because Morfa is a natural harbour, and it was that versus Holyhead.
Right, okay.
When they were still trying to build the Menai Bridge, this place actually had a kind of potential. It's a beautiful area, and if you go up and speak to the National Trust people there, they'll go, have you seen how much concrete's at Holyhead? This is far prettier, we're glad we didn't build it. So this is as close as we ever got to actually putting a railway to Morfa.
All right, okay, no, that's brilliant.
And that's about it, really.
All right, no, that's great, thank you.
Sometimes we'll back it up. Sometimes we'll wait people to come back. Start reverse up.
We've already done it.
Yeah. We basically leave the handset in whichever logo it is and try not to
Other points
Well, that's
I'll go come first.
he will have to.
Do you want me to just be If you get too close to the point, you're going to set the wrong way.
It will short on this point, come too far apart. It's going to be precise. It can be done. There is room, but
You're both going to get it wrong.
I'll let you get one. You've seen telly tonight. Watch his little self silly up and down the yard. Miss, coming up the hill. Coming up the hill, look. Creeping around the corner. Modern DMU, look at that.
Hi, this is Wolflow, O-gauge layout, based roughly in the Peak District, North Staffordshire area. We run a mixture of stock, mainly pre-grouping. We also have a quarry, which is fed, which basically feeds the main line. Also on the quarry is a automatic mine loco. This loco is driven by a Raspberry Pi computer, fills itself, empties itself, trundles backwards and forwards. We hope you enjoy it and hope we have a nice day.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we did initially come up and swap wagons up, put three wagons into a train and take them on.
A bit too much faffing about.
Yeah, this is just quicker.
Yeah. Wow. Short railway, do what you want.
I mean, another option we've got with companies didn't seem to be quite working properly was to actually park the other little shunting wagon on the incline. So that comes down with four wagons.
Right.
So loco and brake van on here just comes up and takes things off.
Someone stopping it in the loop there.
Yeah.
It's a cameo layout, so it's straight out of Ian Rice's book on the subject. And I've always modelled Irish railways for about the last 10 years, so it's proper 21mm gauge, a 3-foot track, so everything is hand built. Track is code 83, flat bottom on copper clads, sleeper work and so on.
Right.
Yes, it was designed to be something small that would fit in the car and not take too long to set up and all the rest of it. And interestingly, I mean, Clogger Valley is, it's Northern Ireland, it's County Tyrone, and it's something that, just changing the points, it's something that was waiting to be built because branch lines do the coaches. Those kits are about 20 years old. And they also, when Ragstone Models brought out the tram engines,
Right.
and then Worsley Works do the unit that's there, and the steam tractor. It's all waiting to be built, and so it's possible to then just scratch build the wagons.
Right.
Even this, say that was an etch.
Yeah.
So it's just a small shunting layout, but a lot of time was spent trying to blend the back scene into the foreground,
Right.
so that you've got this sort of whole seamless type scene. I don't like buildings that sort of only about a centimetre thick and look that way. So some real serious liberties taken with the.
Yeah, that's brilliant. All right, thank you for your time. Thank you.
I'll press my eyes as I walk past.
Well, yes, there's only Moyasta Junction, and of course Cavan and Leitrim, isn't it?
Yeah. Moyasta Junction.
Yes, all right. Yeah. It's curious that they've got all the standard gauge stuff in a field next door, haven't they? Because there's never any standard, because I work in Irish broad gauge as well. I had to chide the exhibition manager because he then go in 16.5. I swear, I know about 21 mil. Well, it's the urge to be different, isn't it?
It's called Snowdon North Wales Narrow Gauge Railways. It is not the Snowdon Mountain Railway. It's part of what was the North Wales Narrow Gauge Railways Company, with a line from near Carnarvon to Rhyddfryddi, which is what the station is called now, because the whole line has now been reopened as the Welsh Highland. But this is at that time in 1910 was the southern terminus of the North Wales Narrow Gauge Railways. I think the station buildings are fairly accurate, but the details at the ends of the track are a bit of whimsy because we're not really sure exactly what's there. But the stock is all accurate to the original maker's drawings wherever possible. Let's see, what else can I say? It's to an unusual scale and gauge combination. It's 8mm to the foot rather than the next level 7mm to the foot, and that was to take advantage of 00 track standards, but to get the gauge to scale correct. Because with 7mm to the foot, you'd have 14mm track gauge, which you can do, but I wanted to do it in the bigger size. So of course everything has to be scratch built on that basis because it's not a standard scale.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
That's great. Thank you very much.
They're sitting in a twiddling thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on Alla Junction in Devon, where there were quadruple tracks came out of Newton Abbot Station, and at Alla Junction they split into a line for Torbay and a line for Plymouth and Cornwall. So it does look, the junction itself is as you see, although there weren't any tunnels at the end, and obviously I have to put those in. We run it in either 1962, 63 or 1968. So today we're running it in 1962, 63. So you've got all the colours that were there at that point. Tomorrow we'll run it with different colours, which are the slightly later years. It's just 7 foot long, so it's easy to transport. And basically the idea is just to run plenty of trains, but trains that are genuine for the period and for the location.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's all I need. Thank
Okay.
you.
Where are you going?
It's based in the southwest area of the country. It ranges from 1950s, 60s type of time period, and it's an industrial line built to 7 mil scale. We've been building it on and off for about 20 years now. All the buildings and scenery you see is scratch built. The locos are mainly kit built or kit bashed. They're all altered in some way. And we also have radio controlled lorries on the layouts as well. So it adds quite a bit of interest. And it's something, as a group, we've just been interested in this sort of oddball type of layout and vehicles and bits and pieces that we find more interesting rather than sort of the mainline type of stuff. And sort of quirky vehicles are interesting to us.
No, that's brilliant. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah,
tell you, you could almost have a cup of tea with it.
The layout goes back to the original railway modeller magazine of about 1970, when that icon of railway modelling, David Jenkinson, was building, and he built a model of this station.
Okay.
And that was 1970, and I was only small, and I thought, well, if I'm ever going to have a layout, then this is the one I want. Yeah, and so that's why we built Dent. And in truth, if you went around a lot of the model railway exhibitions in the country, just so many people have built a model of Dent, because it's such a lovely station to actually go and see, to actually do a model of. We are running it in the LMS era. We're running a nice mix of freight and passenger trains, and we're just enjoying ourselves for the weekend. It's the only time we get to play model trains is when we're at exhibitions. It stays in storage for the rest of the year, so it's good that we've had an invite to come here and we can actually run the...
And what gauge is it?
The layout itself is built 00, straightforward. A lot of the stuff on here is commercial, ready to run out the box, slightly weathered just to make it look a little bit better. The layout is to a size, if you've got a decent room at home, you could set it up. It's designed to be perhaps the biggest layout that you could ever build in a domestic environment. We've done things to it. The layout itself, the curves on the end, the scenic side, the curves are just nice and slow, and it looks nice. When it gets down into the fiddle yards, it all tightens up, so we've maximised the scene. We've cut the corners off the layout so that we've got rid of this whole triangle of wasted ground, and we've created effectively an artificial reference, so it destroys the squareness by doing very much a theatrical thing of trying to create a false perspective illusion of it disappearing into the distance. So we've enjoyed ourselves building it. I mean, like it is straightforward, ordinary analog control. We've not gone to the expense of DCC. We've stuck with analog. But having said that, some of the wiring on here, it's the beauty of belonging to a club. We're up from Bristol for the day. We're all club members, and we're fortunate that one member of the club, John over there, is an electronics wizard. And if you had a look under the layout, I mean, like a picture of our electronics is just as nice as the scenery on top. And so that's the beauty of a club members. Lee here does scenery.
Right.
I do track laying and a few buildings. And so club activities are just, you get the benefits of so much support on club activities. You really do.
No, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course, and then we thought, if you want to take your lunch. Chris is working on the one axle.
Yeah,
that's the one to be great.
See, there's a concern.
Yes. Even though they're still too far apart, it's just not seeing David going through that gap.
No news.
about it though. Like, we've got a bullied engine that's going to come back in steam in the next year or two. And it's not that long, but it's so wide. So you have to try, and you're throwing coal in, you've got to try and get it back down, and it's that problem. That's why I think there was a hole like right on the back of the fire, front of the fire, and me and the fireman was driving, so me and the driver were throwing this single bits of coal trying to hit it. And I managed to hit like a little lump in front of it and knock it flat. And he said, "It's good that we filled the hole in front of it." I don't believe this. I quite like this one. Years ago, so they had to like TV and they had a guy that passed through tracks in the middle. They're basically shunting a train, sending a train. Why did it stop? They're making that big track dead. Stopping trains back and forth. And then shunting them back. They wouldn't fit in the arms. So then they can challenge and watch them. Whether they do it with the local or haul it in or use a shunter. That's not unusual.
There's something wrong with
We did really see stuff at 90 earlier. Right, let's take this.
Good to see you guys.
when you've got a train going across the bottom. It's all right. It's all right, isn't it? Yeah, so he's just done. Give it a bit more power, Johnny. Running better. Okay. Cool.
So what I want to do is go a bit of that. Better if I just be paving a drink. Well, wait, stop. I don't think. Oh, God, you think my heart just a bit. It's definitely having something to do with it. Very light as well. It's got overhead wires, but the wires ain't there. No, it's a lot of work to do that.
The invention wears, but I've never had an actual